many times have I told you, quit sneaking up on me like that? Jeez. Good evening, friends. And it's the Grumpy Old Man, broadcasting live from Studio B of WDWL TV, located on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. A division of Grumpy Vulture Productions. All right. Enough. And you didn't preen your feathers. Get back in the cage and preen them feathers. Starting to look like a haggard vulture. Don't give me that. Get in your cage. Get in your cage and preen them damn feathers. Understand? All right. Jesus. First of all, before I get started, I'm going to call this a micro splinter. Have you ever had a splinter where no matter how you magnify it, you can't see it, but you can feel it? I can't see it. I've even taken and scraped across my thumb with a scalpel, and it won't come out. But I can't see it. But I can feel it, and it's irritating as shit. I call them micro splinters because they're so micro tiny. It's there, but I can't see it. I even got the big magnifying glass. I've got a big. It was given to me as a joke, but can't see it. But it's there, and it's irritating the shit out of me. Almost as bad as my luck. And I'll tell you. And you know, over the years, this shit has happened to me over and over and over. And it's my own fault. You know, it's like going up to Mark's discount store. If you see something on the shelf right now, you best grab it. Because if you go home and think about it, tomorrow, gone. And I mean from like every goddamn store. It's happened to me. I'll explain. Now, in my neighborhood, there are two vehicles that I have looked at almost every single day. They've been sitting. Matter of fact, the one had 3 flat tires. It sat so long. And the other one was just parked back in the driveway. And the one has been sitting for like 3 years. The other one for about a year and a half. And I'd drive by and I'd say, the next time I drive by, I'm going to stop and find out if, what's wrong with the vehicle and if it's for sale. Well, the one vehicle was a 2000 Jaguar XJR. Beautiful car. It had a little ding in the front fender, but didn't affect, anything else. Well, 3 weeks ago, it was gone. I turned around and I drove past to make sure I had the right house. Well, just as I was driving by, a young guy come out of the house. So I pulled in the driveway and I said, "What happened to the Jaguar?" He said, I got tired of looking at it in the driveway and I junked. I said, "Well, I know it was sitting for quite a while. What was wrong with it?" Water pump. Now, on these Jaguars, you have to just about disassemble half the engine to change the water pump. They are a pain in the ass, which is one reason that it was sitting. And I says to him, not to be nosy, but what did you get for it? He said, $475. I almost cried in front of him because I would have bought it for that. And I don't care how long it would have taken me to change the water pump. I'm not in a hurry. But oh my God, that I would have loved to have it. I've always wanted to own a Jag. Always. From back in high school when my buddy had an XKE. Oh, that was the car to have, especially in high school. He was kind of spoiled, and his parents bought it for him for a graduation gift. That was vehicle 1. Vehicle 2 was a 1996 Jeep Wrangler CJ. Had all the toys. The extra factory fog lamps. The only thing I didn't like about it was an automatic. That's blasphemy with a Jeep. Jeep's got to have a manual. And, I drive by and I look at this and I say, the next time I drive by, I'm going to ask him what's wrong with it and if it's for sale. Well, last week, I drive by, gone. The space in the driveway where it was sitting, empty. I couldn't believe it. Well, as I was sitting at the stop sign, I saw the owner come home. So I backed up and I pulled in the drive and I said, I got a question. I said, that Jeep that sat there for a year and a half, what was wrong with it? And he said, problem with the frame. I knew exactly what he was talking about because they're famous for it. Where the springs for the rear axle mount to the frame, they rot away. It's a known problem. Just about every CJ has got this problem because they have these two mounts that are welded to the frame, and then the spring is bolted to these two mounts. And it's a crappy design, and they rust away. Well, that's what problem was with this one. Now, it was drivable to a degree because they hadn't totally rusted away. But you couldn't take it off road or get crazy with it. And I says to him, now, mind you, this thing was perfect. The body did not have a spot of rust on it. The interior was gorgeous. It had all the bells and whistles on it. Because one day I kind of snuck around and I took a look. But like I say, it was an automatic. And that was kind of the one thing that deterred me from. But I've always wanted to own a CJ. I've always wanted to own one. So I says to him, I says, can I ask what you did with it? Yeah, I junked it. I had taken it to a couple of frame shops and it just wasn't worth it to me. I said, to be nosy, what did you get for it? $650. That one infuriated me because I know someone that does the frame repair. He's been doing it for years. And being a friend, I could have got it done very reasonably. Because for one, I wouldn't have been in a hurry for it. You could have taken all the time you want. And I know he would have been very reasonable. Although, I know he would have wanted to buy it from me because he's a Jeep fanatic. He just about buys every one he can get his hands on. So there would have been that fight. Like, why don't you? I'll give you $100 more than what you paid for it. I don't think so. But I could have taken it to his shop and said, work on it whenever. Because he's developed a repair that's actually better than the factory. The way he repairs them is better than when the frame was stamped and welded at the factory. And I could have had a CJ. Lo and behold, it was an automatic. That was the drawback. And all it would have taken was, like I did with the two vehicles, a 5-minute stop. But see, I hate to bother people. I could have stopped, gone up, knocked on the door. Hello? I dislike bothering people. And I never saw anybody out at either house until after it's gone. So that's Grumpy's luck. And Grumpy's luck number 3. Guess what didn't arrive? The cable. I knew it wasn't going to come overnight from California. I knew it. They said overnight. And I know FedEx doesn't deliver on Sunday. I know Amazon does. Oh, wait a minute. I have gotten a FedEx package on Sunday. They might be safe. It might be here tomorrow. Maybe. UPS, no. Saturday, yes. Sunday, no. I'll tell you, when I first made a purchase from Amazon, I was unaware that they delivered 7 days a week. So I ordered this item. And I always set up for delivery instructions with an email and a text message. You can request that. Be notified by email, text, or both. So I was sitting watching a TV program, and I get this bing on my cell phone. Now the bing is a text message. Thinking it was from a friend of mine, I didn't pay much attention to it right away. I was interested in the program, and I figured what she was going to be texting me wasn't that important. So, commercial time, I looked down at my cell phone. I opened the text message. And it shows an Amazon delivery with a picture of the package at my side door. I says, no, it's Sunday. But I went to the side door and looked out. Sure enough, there was my package. And I'm not one of them USDA Prime members. Well, I found out that Amazon delivers 7 days a week. I was shocked and elated because I didn't expect this package till like Monday or Tuesday. But Grumpy doesn't order much from Amazon because I don't always have a $25 purchase. And in order to get free delivery, you need to be over $25. Now, I haven't ordered in ages, so it might have even gone up. Maybe you got to have $50. Yeah. But this item just happened to be like $27.95, so I was over the minimum requirement. Although I'll tell you, some of these sellers on Amazon drive me insane. Pardon me. I was looking for a new chair. And everybody has been telling me, Grumpy, you spend a lot of time at your computer. Get a gaming chair. I said, gaming chair? I'm not a gamer. No. They're super comfortable. They're made for someone that basically has their ass rooted to the chair for 8 or 10 hours. You know, like my buddy's son. God, he would game 24/7 if, you know. So I decide to look. And I'll tell you what, the prices are insane on some of these gaming chairs. So I find a couple that are on special. $69, $79, $89. Regularly, you know, $150 and up. So I got interested in 2 of them. And I always look to see if it says free shipping. Well, both of these chairs said free shipping. So I couldn't decide right off the bat. So I clicked on one. Put in your cart. Next thing I know, I see this $29.99 shipping fee. That can't be right. Oh, yes, it's right. If you want that discount price, yeah, you're going to pay for shipping, even though you're over the... Grumpy still got his old chair. I'll put up with it. I don't need a gaming chair that much. Although they do look comfy. I'll say that. I'm cheap. I'm still trying to figure out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call tomorrow. Because in the ad, it said $79.99 free shipping. But when I put it in my cart, it added a $29.99 shipping charge. Now, I don't want it overnight. So that had nothing to do with it. Because overnight shipping was insane. It was more than a chair. I think what I'm going to do, I have to return a package to Staples. I'm going to look at their office chairs because I know they carry gaming chairs. That way, I can plant my ass in one and try it out. And see if I like it. And maybe, just maybe, I can come across a demo and get it cheap. I have nothing against buying demo items. Perfect example. My tubes. This was a demo. Ridiculous price. I couldn't believe it. But it was a demo. Tubes. Look at that. Hot tubes. I went up to the store earlier. I had to go to the grocery store. And they just happened to have hot Polish sausage on sale. I could cook one on these tubes. I could sit here, do my stream, and cook a Polish sausage. Although it'd probably make a mess, but that's how hot these son of a bitches are. I could cook one of them Polish sausages, right? Lay it right in between these, just turn it every now and then. Hot tubes for hot Polish sausage. That's like while I was thinking of buying them, this woman walks up next to me and she's looking and she says to herself, "Oh, look, Polish sausage on sale." I already know. And she's looking and looking and looking. And she says, "Pardon me." I said, "Yes." "Why is one in a white package with blue lettering and one in a yellow package with red lettering? And they both say the same thing? Pre-cooked Polish sausage? Beef?" Now, I thought she was pulling Grumpy's leg. I really did. I thought she was screwing with me. And I said, "Excuse me?" She says, "Why is one? They both say beef, fully cooked Polish sausage." I said, "Yes." "Well, why does one have a white label with blueprint and one have a yellow label with red print?" And I'm thinking to myself, you can't be serious. Oh, yes, she was serious. Now, in the corner of the one with the yellow label with the red print is a big circle with 3 letters. H-O-T. Big circle in the corner. H-O-T. So I picked one up and I said, these are hot. Oh, thank you. Oy vey. Big letters. H-O-T. In red. Like that sign right there. H-O-T. They're sitting side by side. White label with blue print. Yellow label with red print. One package. In the corner. Circle. H-O-T. I just walked away shaking my head. If I wanted to screw with her, I should have said, the ones with the yellow label and the red print have better flavor. Those over there are bland. These kick ass flavor. And she'd have bought them. Cooked them up, taken a bite, and went, ah! That son of a bitch at the store. Yep. Big letters, H-O-T. And she was like in her 50s. And she was as serious as a heart attack. What's the difference between these two? I should have. Way better flavor. Flavor enhanced. You'll love them. But I wanted to be nice. But she was serious. What's the difference? H-O-T. Hot. I hope they're hot. I remember back in the day when I used to go down to the West Side Market before it got all commercialized. Oh my God. The last time I went down there, it was like going to your corner supermarket. I remember back in the day going down there, especially with my grandfather. If you wanted, pot roast, guy went in the back and brought out a side of beef and threw it on a bandsaw. Here you go, sir. Yeah. If you wanted steaks, they would ask you, how thick? Oh, about 1.5 inches. Here you go, sir. It was nothing to be shopping. And the guy walked past you with a goddamn side of beef over his shoulder. Not now. I could not find any of the ethnic foods that I grew up with. I was so disappointed because I hadn't been to the market in years. And then they had that fire. So they decided to restore the whole market. And when the restoration was finished, I decided I'm going to go check it out. Because I remember, back being 5, 6 years old. I know what it looked like. So I took the rapid down because now there's a rapid station just half a block away. Save me the aggravation of trying to park. And I walked in and I looked up. And it was, oh my God, it was gorgeous. My jaw dropped. It was like Michelangelo did the work. And then I decided to shop. Everything is like prepackaged. I says to there's an information booth. I says to the girl, I says, where is the fish department? And she said, no, back over there. I followed my nose. You can't miss that smell. And I walked in, and here's this array of fish. And I says, do you have smoked whitefish? We're the fresh stand, sir. Do you know what stand has smoked whitefish? No, you'll have to go to the information desk. So I go to the information desk. And I said, I need to find a stand that has smoked whitefish. And she pulls up her guide. Try N17. Thank you. So I go to N17. And I don't see anything that resembles smoked whitefish. So the girl on the other side of the counter said, can I help you? I said, yeah, I'd like to get some smoked whitefish. Oh, no, we don't know. Try L4. Thank you. So I go over to L4. And I'm looking. I don't see anything that resembles smoked whitefish. So the fellow on the other side of the counter says, can I help you, sir? I said, yeah, I'm looking for smoked whitefish. No. Try N3. Forget it. I'm done. I didn't even want to attempt to find Hungarian roasting bacon. Yeah, there is such a thing. Hungarian roasting bacon. it don't look like you're baking at the meat counter. I didn't even want to. Because I had gotten enough exercise walking from the rapid station to the market. I don't need any more exercise. So I came home a very disappointed, grumpy old man. The only thing I got was my butter, because they still bring it in these big 50-pound blocks. And you ask for a pound, and the girl takes a knife, whack, whack. Here you go, sir. And my fresh Jewish rye. Those were the only two stands that I got what I called my ethnic foods. No smoked whitefish, no Hungarian roasting bacon, no creamed herring. Creamed herring, I could buy in a jar at the supermarket. I wanted fresh made. Couldn't find a stand that had fresh creamed herring. And I still am trying to find somewhere they sell smoked whitefish. I love it. There was a big thing when I was 5, 6, 7 years old. My grandfather would pick me up on a Saturday morning, and we would go to the market. Because he only lived a couple of blocks from the West Side Market. And we'd go in, and we'd get fresh creamed herring. And we'd get good stick of Italian pepperoni. And we get some mortadella and some prosciutto and some gabagool, hot gabagool, and then go over to the bakery and get some good fresh baked Italian bread. And then we would go out and we would get a melon. Because even though we were Hungarian, my grandfather loved prosciutto. And they slice it paper thin. You could see through it. And you don't make a sandwich with it. Here's the whole thing. You take a slice of prosciutto and you wrap it around the melon. And that's how you eat prosciutto. Wrapped around fresh melon. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather, just to piss off my grandmother, would always get a small chunk of Limburger cheese, fresh, and a loaf of pumpernickel bread, and a nice fresh white onion. And we'd spread it all out on the table. And we were like heathens. My grandmother would say, "You two are like heathens." Because we would slice the pepperoni, eat it with our fingers. And then my grandfather would take and slice some of that pumpernickel, because he always got You slice it yourself, the round. And then he'd open that Limburger cheese, and my grandmother would be like, "Oh my God! You bought that stinky crap again?" Yep. And I'd have my slice of pumpernickel with a Limburger cheese and a nice fresh slice of onion. Oh, I was in heaven. And while eating the Limburger cheese, I'd have some smoked whitefish. Yeah, that was a feast fit for a king. Can I find any of it now? No. Somebody told me Dave's Supermarket has smoked whitefish. I guess I'm going to have to take a ride. I haven't had smoked whitefish since back 68. $1968. I want some smoked whitefish. Yeah. I want some ethnic food. Can't find it at the West Side Market. Oh, shit. I was really disappointed how commercialized. But the generations now, they don't know what all that is. They didn't eat those foods. No. So to them, I say smoked whitefish, and they're like, "What? Smoked whitefish? Ugh." Don't know what they're missing. That was like a couple weeks ago. Maybe a little longer than that. I was up at Mark's. And I was buying. I love herring in hot sauce. So I got a couple of cans of herring in hot sauce and some smoked herring. They used to have herring in dill sauce. Can't find it anymore. I found it online if I want to buy a frickin' case. But yeah, you have your herring in dill sauce or herring in, they call it tomato sauce, but it's like a Tabasco. And it's some smoked herring. And I'm up at the cash register. And the kid blips it. He blips another can. He blips another can. He looks up at me, he goes, "You eat this?" Yeah. Seriously. As serious as I'm standing here. What does it taste like? I don't know how to describe what it tastes like. Tastes like smoked herring. Tastes like herring and hot sauce. And I had a couple of cans of sardine in mustard sauce. The faces he made. Ugh. Blip. Blip. You eat this? Well, I don't feed it to my cat. Yes, I eat it. I grew up eating it. 5, 6, 7 years old. Smoked whitefish, cream herring, Limburger cheese. That Limburger cheese you buy in a jar is crap. You gotta get the fresh. You gotta go to a cheese stand and get the fresh. It'll stink your house up for a month. But oh, it's delicious. I could imagine getting some Limburger cheese and the kid going, "Sir, this is spoiled. You go get another one." No, it smells like that. Yes, it smells spoiled. And the more spoiled the smell, the better it tastes. Real good, fresh Limburger cheese, you could smell from here to the factory. Yeah. Good, stinky Limburger cheese. Everybody about now is going, "God, Grumpy, you're gagging the shit out of me." I grew up on it. I can guarantee you don't find any 5-year-olds today walking around with a slice of fresh cut pumpernickel bread slathered with Limburger cheese and a big slice of white onion. PB&J maybe. That was me, 5 years old, walking around. Go outside. My friends are like, "What? What are you eating? You want a bite?" "No! Get that away from me!" Don't know what they're missing. Don't know what they're missing. I guess I'm going to have to go, like, one day to Amish country, to a real cheese shop. And hopefully they have it. I don't think there's a big call nowadays for Limburger cheese. Maybe. If it's a real, true cheese shop, they will have it. Like fresh blue cheese or Stilton. Oh, and brie. Oh my God, I could eat brie cheese 7 days a week. Expensive as shit. But oh, do I love brie cheese. I tried it by accident one day. I was at a cheese shop. Can't remember where. Don't matter. And I says to the guy, "I'd like to try," because at a cheese shop, they'll give me a sample. And I mentioned this one, I don't know, whatever. And he accidentally gave me a chunk of brie. I said, "This is good. But this can't be." He goes, "Oh, I made a mistake. I'm sorry." I said, "No, give me a pound of that. Whatever you gave me, give me." And I've been hooked on it ever since. My problem is, I have a champagne taste and a beer wallet. Because cheese, the prices are out of this world. Although prices for everything are out of this world, but if you want good, fresh made cheese, oh, to tell you how expensive some of these cheeses are, right next to the cheese stand is a finance man. He does your credit check. Sorry, sir. You can't buy cheese today. Can I have a couple more samples? No? Okay. I really wanted some cheese. Can you find a cosigner? No? Sorry. No cheese for you. And with that, boys and girls, I'm back to the old friends. Friends. Like tubes. Friends. Friends, I will talk to you tomorrow. Let me see if my clicker's working. Have a good evening. Maybe I'll research smoked whitefish and brie cheese.